Joe Alwyn's silence speaks volumes as Taylor Swift prepares to marry Travis Kelce, the engagement that broke the internet and sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. When the news dropped on August 26th, with Swift and Kelce posting a joint Instagram announcement captioned, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married," alongside a lit dynamite emoji, fans immediately began speculating about how Swift's exes would react, particularly Joe Alwyn, the British actor who shared 6 years of his life with the pop superstar from late 2016 to early 2023. Their relationship was one of Swift's most private, kept carefully away from the public eye during some of her most tumultuous years in the spotlight. A source close to Alwyn revealed to the Daily Mail that while he genuinely hopes Swift is doing well, he won't be reaching out to offer congratulations. The insider explained that Taylor's engagement represents the final nail in the coffin to any lingering thoughts Joe might have had about her. He doesn't think about her on any consistent basis anymore and feels that reaching out isn't needed, believing she wouldn't want to hear from him anyway. This revelation offers a glimpse into how Alwyn has moved on from what was once one of Hollywood's most talked-about relationships, despite their efforts to keep it under wraps. The relationship between Swift and Alwyn began during her Reputation era, when she was deliberately retreating from the public eye after facing intense media scrutiny and public backlash. They fell in love in what sources described as a safe bubble, away from the chaos of Swift's usual high-profile existence. Then the pandemic hit, and they were locked down together, able to continue growing their relationship in this insulated way, but according to People magazine, he didn't really know her yet outside of that bubble. The reality of Swift's level of fame and the constant attention from the public became increasingly difficult for Alwyn to handle as the years went on. If you're enjoying these behind-the-scenes insights into celebrity relationships, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. According to sources at the time of their breakup, the split wasn't dramatic at all. Entertainment Tonight reported that the relationship had simply run its course. They had outgrown each other in fundamental ways. The differences in their personalities became harder to ignore after years together. Joe struggled with Taylor's level of fame and the attention that came with being her partner. They had plenty in common initially, and the relationship worked beautifully when they were sheltered from the outside world. But as life returned to normal and Swift's career continued to soar, the cracks began to show. They grew apart naturally, without the explosive drama that had characterized some of Swift's previous breakups. It was a quiet ending to a relationship that had been conducted largely in whispers. Enter Travis Kelce, the NFL superstar tight end, who seemed to step into the spotlight with Swift as if he'd been preparing for it his whole life. Kelce's comfort with fame and public attention stood in stark contrast to Alwyn's struggle with the same issues. The Kansas City Chiefs star appeared to relish being in the public eye alongside Swift, embracing the attention rather than shrinking from it. Their love story began in the most modern of ways when Kelce complained on his New Heights podcast, which he hosts with his brother Jason, about being unable to give Swift a friendship bracelet with his phone number on it during her Eras Tour concert in Kansas City in July 2023. Swift apparently heard about this, and the rest became history. They started dating later that year and quickly became one of the most high-profile couples in both sports and entertainment. The engagement news came just a few weeks ago, though the official announcement didn't drop until late August. The timing coincided with Swift also announcing a new album called The Life of a Showgirl, proving that the pop star's life was busier than ever, and she certainly wasn't slowing down for anyone. The joint Instagram post sent fans into a frenzy with speculation about wedding dates, guest lists, and whether the power couple would start a family soon. Every detail was picked apart and analyzed by millions of followers, desperate for more information about their favorite couple. But while everyone focused on the future, some couldn't help but look back at Swift's past relationships and wonder how her exes felt about this major milestone. Swift's recent confession about her relationship with Kelce has sparked even more conversation about what her life with Alwyn must have been like. During an appearance on BBC Radio 2, she addressed retirement speculation with characteristic directness. Calling suggestions that she might quit her career after marriage shockingly offensive, she made it clear that people don't get married to quit their jobs. Her comments revealed something profound about her relationship with Kelce. and perhaps by contrast, what might have been missing with Alwyn. She explained that she loves the person she's with because he loves what she does and how fulfilled she is by making art and music, describing this as the coolest thing about Travis. Swift went on to elaborate about Kelce's passion for his own career and how that connects them. She emphasized that there would never be a point where he'd be upset that she's still making music. The music thing that he signed up for, that he knew she loved. He would never expect her to stop doing what brought her joy and fulfillment. These comments resonated deeply with fans who began questioning whether Swift had felt that kind of unconditional support during her relationship with Alwyn. The contrast between her enthusiasm when discussing Kelce versus the silence that characterized her years with Alwyn spoke volumes about the difference between the two relationships. The timing of Alwyn's response through his source suggests he's fully moved on and has no interest in being part of Swift's narrative anymore. After 6 years together and several months since their split, he's established his own life separate from the whirlwind that is Taylor Swift's existence. His decision not to reach out with congratulations isn't petty or bitter according to those close to him. It's simply a recognition that that chapter is closed and there's no reason to reopen it. He's moved forward and doesn't dwell on what was, choosing instead to focus on his own career and personal life away from the constant media attention that comes with being associated with one of the world's biggest pop stars. Kelce's approach to Swift's fame couldn't be more different. He's already a superstar in his own right as one of the NFL's best tight ends, but he's shown zero hesitation about stepping even further into the spotlight as Swift's partner. He's attended her concerts. She's attended his games. They've been photographed together countless times, and neither seems bothered by the constant attention. In fact, they appear to thrive on it, supporting each other's careers publicly and enthusiastically in ways that Swift's previous relationships never quite achieved. This mutual support and genuine enthusiasm for each other's success seems to be what sets this relationship apart from her past. As Swift prepares for her wedding to Kelce and continues working on new music, it's clear she won't be paying attention to what her exes think about her engagement. She's too busy living her life, creating art, and building a future with someone who celebrates her success, rather than being overwhelmed by it. The contrast between Alwyn's quiet distance and Kelce's enthusiastic presence in her life tells the story of two very different relationships and perhaps explains why one worked out while the other didn't. Swift has found someone who not only accepts her level of fame, but embraces it. Someone who understands the demands of being at the top of your field because he's there too. And that mutual understanding seems to be the foundation of their strong connection. Alwyn's response, or lack thereof, is simply confirmation that both parties have moved on completely, with Swift looking forward to marriage and new music, while Alwyn continues his acting career away from the spotlight that once connected them. The story serves as a reminder that sometimes relationships end not because of dramatic conflicts, but simply because two people grow in different directions, and that's perfectly okay.